You know what the greatest Sonic the Hedgehog video game of all time is? Wait for it. Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric for Wii U. Hipster Sonic! Hipster Sonic! Hipster Sonic with the boom! Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd. So Sega thought it would be cool to work with me to make Sonic videos conveniently around the same time that Sonic Boom came out on the Wii U and 3DS and a Sonic Boom cartoon show on Cartoon Network. How convenient. Just got these sent to me in the mail this past weekend, so I haven't had the chance to play the final versions yet. But I've heard things. But that's not what this is about. I was asked to talk about Sonic, the history, the legacy, the goods, the bads, the highs, the lows, the short legs, the long legs, the blue arms, the not blue arms, the angry Sonic fans, the happy Sonic fans. Who am I kidding? Sonic fans are never happy. That's what I'm doing here on this special selection of Sonic videos. Are we all on the same page here? We understand what I'm doing? Okay? Good. So Sonic has done a number of video games, but every once in a while the Hedgehog likes to jump out of his own game world and do something a little bit different. He does some movies, he does some TV shows, he jumps in other people's video game franchises. Sonic likes to be all over the place. Sonic should probably go to the clinic. So I figured it would be fun to count down my top 10 favorite Sonic cameos. Number 10, Sonic meets Honey Nut Cheerios. When you were a kid, you just loved sugary cereals. Your Trixes, your Fruit Loops, your Fruity Pebbles, your Cocoa Pebbles. But Honey Nut Cheerios, they were like, we got a mascot, we got a bee, but we just happen to have a cereal that just helps your cholesterol. So how do you sell that cereal to the kids? You put Sonic in your commercial. Honey Nut Cheerios be jumping into a game with Sonic the Hedgehog, complete with 90s rock music. Rockin' with Sonic, get some Honey Nut Cheerios. Number 9, Sonic meets McDonald's. Before all parents were concerned about childhood obesity, if you were a movie, a television show, a cartoon, a toy line, or a video game and you wanted to sell to the children, you got yourself in those McDonald's Happy Meals. They made a special selection of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 toys. You can get Sonic, you can get Tails, you can get Knuckles, you can get Dr. Robotnik. Nice to know that Sonic provided a good time and a great place at McDonald's. Number 8, Sonic meets Progressive. Who knew that Sonic needed insurance? Well, I guess he runs faster than a car, so he probably does need insurance. I am not making this up. Sonic got to meet Flo and be in a Progressive commercial. And is it just me, or am I the only one that starts to get really weird crushes on women who are commercial characters? Flo from Progressive, got a crush on the Wendy's girl, Lily from the AT&T commercials, the Pine Saw lady. What's wrong with me? Don't even get me started on the Wendy's Where's the Beef woman from the 80s. Woo! Cougar. Number 7, Sonic meets the Olympics. When the Olympics come in and go, hey, we want to make an official Olympics game, put our logo on it, who do you call? Sonic the Hedgehog. They brought him into the office. Sonic didn't waste any time. He grabbed the contract, signed the paper, said, count me in. And then the Olympics were like, oh, one other thing. You have to do the video games with your greatest video game rival in the history of your entire video game career. And the world exploded. The Nintendo mascot and the Sega mascot, rivals for several years, finally come together thanks to the Olympics. We went crazy on the interwebs. We were just like, oh my God, Mario and Sonic are together in an Olympics video game? And then we're like, oh my God, Mario and Sonic are together in an Olympics video game? Yeah, when the thoughts ever came to mind of Mario and Sonic in a game together, this was probably not your first thought, but hey, it happened and this at least opened the door for Nintendo and Sega to be buddies and work together. Maybe they show up in other games together that may or may not be on this list later. I don't know. It's amazing that all the countries of the world participate in the Olympics and still can't get along. Mario and Sonic do one Olympic game and now they're friends for life. We could learn something from Mario and Sonic. Number 6, Sonic meets Nick Arcade. I love when Nick Arcade used to have a video challenge and then Fillmore would walk them to the games and one of those games was Sonic. If you watch Nick Arcade, you got that reference and I love you. It was always awesome to see Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as a Nick Arcade video challenge. The only thing that would make me mad sometimes is that some of the kids wouldn't choose it. Really? Fillmore's are like, hey, you can play Sonic the Hedgehog or generic rail shooter. Pick generic rail shooter because I'm a boring kid. I hope Mongo pimp slaps you in the wizard level. Number 5, Sonic meets Archie. You know what's better than playing Sonic? reading it. That's what Archie figured out when they decided to make a string of Sonic comics. First, it was just an extension of the video games and the cartoon shows, but now it's just a thing of its own, and it is still going to this day. They've even had crossovers with Sabrina. Archie also got the rights to make Mega Man comics, resulting in a Sonic Mega Man comic crossover. Sonic and Mega Man in the same universe? That's amazing. I bet that will never happen again. Number 4, Sonic meets the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Sonic was the first ever video game character to have a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. When we have Sonic History Month in our schools, that will be talked about. It was the classic Sonic design. He floated high in the sky. All video game fans were so proud. And then a gust of wind made it hit a street light, it deflated, and it also injured a child. Best parade ever. Hipster Sonic, hipster Sonic. Years after we forgot about the Sonic balloon disaster, never forget. Sonic returned to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in his more modern form as a balloon, and he worked out fine. So thank you, Sonic, for ending discrimination of video game balloons everywhere. You are the Malcolm X of video game character balloons. Malcolm Sonic X. Gotta float faster, 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 faster. Malcolm Sonic X. And once again, black people have denied I exist. Number 3, Sonic meets Saturday morning cartoons. We had already seen the Super Mario Bros. Super Show and the Legend of Zelda cartoons. We were kind of like, yeah, Sonic making a cartoon, whatever. And then we saw the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the weekday afternoon version. And we were like, okay, this is what we expected. I'm waiting. And then this came along. Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday morning came on ABC. Blue Streak, Speed Spy, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now I want to go back and binge watch this entire series. But Sonic didn't stop there. When 4 kids started taking over the Saturday mornings with all their shows, Sonic was like, you bringing me up in there too. Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Now they're all like, hey, sorry Sonic, you can't be on Saturday morning anymore. He's like, oh yeah? Guess what, Cartoon Network? Sonic Boom is here. I'm sorry, but there's one greater cartoon I missed, but you don't know about it. It's underground. Some would say it's Sonic Underground. Hipster Sonic, hipster Sonic. I did that joke before. Number 2, Sonic meets Wreck-It Ralph. When Disney announced it was gonna be making a movie based on the world of video games, we were like, what? And sure enough, it was filled with video game characters, except for Mario. Bowser showed up, but Mario decided he was too busy for Wreck-It Ralph. He's too busy playing golf and tennis. But Sonic was like, hey, what's up? I'm here. Not only does Sonic show up in Wreck-It Ralph, but he actually provides exposition. They should just call him Sonic Exposition in this movie. He pretty much explains how the characters can jump from various video games and what happens to them if they get caught in any of those video games. Pretty smart, Sonic, picking a scene of the movie that you know could not get cut. You're like, Sonic is not gonna end up on the cutting room floor. So nice to see Sonic on the big screen. If only they would make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. But you know, they'd probably make it live action with a CGI Sonic, but we all know that's not gonna happen. And my number 1 favorite Sonic cameo, you probably guessed it by now, Sonic in Smash! It was cute to see the Mario characters and the Sonic characters playing the Olympic Games, but having Sonic in Super Smash Bros., something that we've been asking for since the very first Smash Bros. Ever happened, was so amazing. It's what we wanted to do. We didn't want Mario and Sonic to be buddies, we wanted them to fight! And that's what we got to see. We got to see Sonic's moves fit in with the rest of the Nintendo characters, making him a nice distant cousin of the Nintendo family. He's a play cousin. He's Nintendo's play cousin. And Sonic is back in Wii U and 3DS, and he brought some friends with him. While he was doing his comic book with Mega Man, he's like, hey Mega Man, let me put a good word for you over Nintendo. I think we can get you in this game. Classic you, right? We got that. I tried to give him classic me, but Sakurai likes some long legs. And by the way, do you still have Pac-Man on your cell phone? Now I want to hear from you, play cousins. What is your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog cameo, whether it's one of the ones I mentioned or one I forgot? And if you could put Sonic the Hedgehog in any other property as a cameo, what would it be? Video game, movie, television show, cartoon, history. Do you want Sonic to sign Declaration of Independence? Leave it in the comments. Thumbs up this video, and if you're new here, tickle that subscribe button. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Chain chomp, yomp.